Which of the following is the set of the equation? Okay, let's try to solve this one. But here we see x minus 2, the absolute value of x minus 2 and absolute value of x minus 2. It's better we collect them on one side, so it's better we send them to this side. Okay, so I will send this one, no, negative, okay, I will send it to the other side, it will be positive. Equal to 5. So these are common here. So this is mushtarak amil, you can take them as the common factors here. It's 1 time, so you can take this x minus 2, the absolute value of it, it's 1 plus 3 is equal to 5. The absolute value of x minus 2 equal to 4 times this will be equal to 5. Divide both sides with 4. Then you will get the absolute value of x minus 2 equal to 5 over 4. So it means x minus 2 is equal to 5 over 4, or x minus 2 is equal to minus 5 over 4. Then you solve it, you get x equal to 2 plus 5 over 4, which makes 13 over 4. And here it's equal to 2 minus 5 over 4. So send this one to the other side, you get this one. So it will be 8 minus 5 over 4, so it will be 3 over 4. So then we have two solutions here, and it is A. Now, which of the following is the product of real solutions of this? If you have the absolute value of the equality of two absolute values, then we have two possibilities, either A equal to B or A equal to minus B. So you can use them now. We will have these two options here. So it means either we have x squared minus x equal to x minus 3. This is one option, one possibility. The other possibility is x squared minus x equal to minus x minus 3. And then when you solve this one, you get negative 2x and plus 3 equal to 0. And you can try to solve it. Okay, we will try. And this will be x squared minus x plus 3. This will be, we'll cancel out. You will get x squared equal to 3. You will end up with x equal to plus minus square root of 3. Now, how about this part? These are real solutions. Okay, real. These are okay. Now, is there any other real solution? Now, let's check this part. I can try to do the factoring on 3, 1, minus 3, plus, but they will not give this one. So I will go for the quadratic equation, quadratic formula. This will be minus 2 plus minus b squared. It's 4 here. And then minus 4 times 1 times c divided by 2 times 1. So it will be 2 plus minus square root minus 8 divided by 2. So as you see, this is not real. So it's not a real number. This is a complex number. If you try to solve it, you get I. So this is not what we want. So the only real numbers are square root 3 and minus square root 3. And when you multiply them, so it says product. Product means multiply. It will give you negative 3. Now let's look at this problem. We solved a very similar one to this. We can send this one to the other side, and we'll get this one now. Because these are like terms here, you see, they're similar terms, they are like terms. And now these are mushtarak amil, common factors. So you can take this one as x minus 2, the absolute value of x minus 2 times 1 minus 3 is equal to 5. and this makes minus 2 times x minus 2 is equal to 5. And then this multiplication, you can divide both sides with minus 2, and you will end up with this absolute value of x minus 2 is equal to minus 5 over 2. And you can take it to here, no problem. And here, for there is no value of x making an absolute value equal to minus. So an absolute value the absolute value cannot be absolute value of anything cannot be negative. So there is no x satisfying, there is no x for, or there is no x satisfying this. So there is no x, so it means it's empty set. The solution set is empty set. Now let's do another type, another similar type inequality. So we have 5 here. We don't have any denominator here, and this is 5, so we can get rid of 5. So you multiply both sides with 5. And it will be 7 absolute value of x plus 6 bigger than 5 absolute value of x plus 5. And these are similar terms, so we will collect them on one side and collect the other terms on the other side. It's 5 minus 6, so it will be absolute value of x times 7 minus 5, which is 2, bigger than minus 1. So you got, okay, I will write it here. So it will be 2 absolute value of x is bigger than minus 1, so absolute value of x is bigger than minus 1 or 2. So the absolute value is always and always bigger than any negative number. So for any x, it is true. For any real x number is, for any x, it is true. So x can be any real number. So x can be any real number means the solution set for this problem will be all real numbers. So again, similar type question. Let's look at here, and we will try to put them together. This one, send it to the other side. You will get 3x minus 1, the absolute value plus 4 times the absolute value of x minus 1, less than 7. This is the absolute value of x minus 1 is the common factor here, so you can write it as like 3 plus 4 less than 7. So we got 7 times the absolute value of x minus 1 less than 7. And then you want to isolate this by dividing both sides with 7. So it will be 1, okay, x minus 1 less than 1. So how do you solve such inequality? So if you remember this one, if you have an expression less than k, k is positive here. So you can directly say, yeah, we have, I mean, you can write the double inequality here. So I will do the same thing here. So I will write the same thing here. So I will do the same thing. X minus 1 less than 1 means x minus 1 less than 1 and bigger than minus 1. So I add 1 both sides. Will be x bigger than 0 and less than 2. And the solution set now is 0 to 2, which is this one here. Okay, now again, finding the solution of an inequality. So we have this one. We don't want this 2 here, so we multiply both sides with 2. So since it's a number here, there is no problem. If it was x, you would do this 3 goes to the other side and you make it standard form and you apply the strict procedures here. But here for this part, there is no problem because we have 2 here. You can multiply both sides with 2 and you can do this cancellation and you will have this one. And remember the rule. The rule is if the absolute value of an expression is bigger than or equal to k is positive here, let's say, then we have this e is bigger than or equal to k, or e is less than or minus k, less than or equal to minus k. So let's do this one here. We have 2 cases. We have one case is x minus 1 bigger than minus 6, and here we have x minus 1 is less than minus 6. So this will become x is bigger than 7, and this will tell us x is less than minus 5. So, and here we are using or, it means union. Okay, so what is this? It's 7 and then infinity, union negative infinity to minus 5. So these 2 sets, they do not intersect, so their union will remain same as they were written, So then we can switch their places because this comes first in the real line, and union 7 to infinity, so which gives us the now which of the following is the sum of the sum of the sum of the values of x for which the distance between this and this is equal to 2 squared of x. So what is the distance between p and q? First we have to write it. So the distance formula, remember this, it was this minus this one squared, and then 1 minus the other one squared, and take the square root. So this is what formula says. But in the question it also says it's equal to 2 square root of x. So it's setting up an equation for us to solve. Now we can solve it. Take the square of both sides. You can take the square of both sides, and then you will get this one then. You see the square root of x is x, and 2 squared is 4. So we can open it like x squared minus 6x plus 9 and plus 1 minus 2x plus x squared is equal to 4x. So how to solve this one? So you collect all x terms one side. I mean, if there's x squared, so it's a quadratic formula then. So you will try to make everything, on one side and make it equal to 0. So you will send 4x here. So minus 6x and minus 2x, it makes minus 8x. And with this 4x, it makes minus 12x. And 9 and 1 here, it makes plus 10. So we end up with this inequality, with this equation. And this equation will give us this. So in this, before solving it, you can do factoring here 2. 2 is a common factor. You can take this one as 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. And divide both sides with 2. Then you will end up with 0 here. This is x squared minus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. And you can factor them, x minus 5 times x minus 1. This is easy because minus 1 minus 5, it makes minus 6, and their multiplication plus 5. So we have 5 and we have 1. Then these are the roots. And since we are taking the squares all the time here, so there is no problem because this 5 and 1 is square root of x, so it's working for this x. And also it works for them. This part is okay, but we have to check the square root of x. And there's no minus value here, so everything looks fine. Because x, when you put here plus positive x value, it's okay. But if you find negative, then you say no, it cannot be negative. But anyway, 5 and 1 are the roots or the values that you add them because it's asking the sum. So it makes 6. If the point minus AB is in the fourth quadrant, then, okay, it's asking about the signs, if it is negative or if A is negative or positive. So minus AB is in the fourth quadrant means it's here. So it's fourth quadrant is here. And this is minus A, minus B. As you know, it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. And here in the fourth quadrant, X is always positive and Y is always negative. So this is positive, X component is positive, and B is negative. So you can say, then if minus A is positive, then you can say A is negative. Or if you want to be precise, you can say minus A is bigger than 0, so it means A is less than 0. And we have A is negative, so A is less than 0. And B is already negative, so B is less than 0. There are several ways of doing this. You can also write here, this is minus A, and this is B here, so you can say B is already less than 0, and minus A is already bigger than 0, and you multiply both sides, and you get multiply both sides with negative, so you got this one. Now, if the point minus AB is in the quadrant, third quadrant, and then what is A comma B minus A? Where is this? Where is it in quadrant? Which quadrant is it? So minus AB is in the third quadrant, means it's here. 1, 2, 3. You always go this way, counterclockwise. So minus A, B is in here, so it means minus A, B. And minus AB is, okay, the X component is minus A, and B is the Y component. Now, in order to answer this question, we need to see if A and B are negative or positive. So this one here in the negative part of the x-axis, so we can say this negative A is less than 0. And when you multiply with negatives, so you will get A is bigger than 0. Or you can see it like if it is negative and then A has to be positive. This whole thing is negative, then A has to be positive for sure. And B, of course, B is on the negative y-axis, so B is automatically less than 0. Now A is now positive, you can say it's plus. Now what about B minus A? So B minus A, okay, is it positive or negative? You can try some values here, but you can also, okay, this is, okay, let's go with the practical approach. A is positive, so you have a positive number here. And then we have a negative number, B is negative. So you subtract a positive number from the negative number. So it's something like minus 1, minus 2. So what do you get? You got like minus 3, right? So this becomes again minus. So this will be a minus value. So where is it? This X is plus, Y is negative. So it has to be in the fourth quadrant. So it's positive, negative, it's positive, negative here. This is in the fourth quadrant, so the answer is 4. But yeah, and this, you can use this practical approach here. Or if you want to do it, mathematically correct way, this is how professionals do. A is bigger than 0 and B is less than 0, and we want to get B minus A. So you multiply minus A with minus, so you got this one as this. So then we have the same direction, so we can add them. When you add them, you got B minus A less than 0. So this is how to show it in general, but you can try, you can go with this logic. Now, if the midpoint between this point and this point is this one, then what is x? So midpoint formula says, okay, remember this midpoint formula? The midpoint formula is you take the average of the x values. So this is, x components, this one, the first component, you add them, then divide by 2, and for the y component, you add y components, divide by 2. So this is the midpoint formula. This is the midpoint for these 2 points. Okay, so we are using them. So this has to be equal to 3 over 2, 0. So this is obviously 0, so there is no problem here. And for this part, we have this equation. And how to get rid of this 2, you can multiply with 2 both sides. We get 1 over 2x. Sorry, this is x, just x. So 1 over 2x plus 6 over 2x is 1 over 6. Okay, 6 over x is equal to 3. Then we have to solve this inequality. We can add them, or we can multiply with the least common denominator. We can add them. Okay, I will not use the least common denominator, so I will use like just adding them. So here you can multiply with 2 to make it common denominator. So here we have 1 over 2x plus 12 over 2x is equal to 3, and you can add them. You get now 13 over 2x is equal to 3, and now you can multiply both sides with 2x and get make this cross multiplication, you get 6x equal to 13, and divide by 6 and divide by 6, so you will end up with x equal to 13 over 6. And 13 over 6, it doesn't make a problem here. If x is 0, then we have a problem, but for this one there is no problem. The equation works. So when solving, when we solve the rational equations, we always check if our solution makes the denominator 0. So it doesn't make, so it's okay. Our solution is fine. Now, which of the following statements is true? So it says if Q is midpoint of P and R, and PQR is a right triangle, and none of the choices is true, and PQ are collinear, we can go with this Q as the midpoint of P and R. Let's check. The midpoint of P and R is this here, 2 plus 2 and square 2, you add them by 2, and you add the y components here, this will be 2 plus 2 squared 2 divided by 2, and 4 minus 2 squared 3 divided by 2. And then you can get here, since 2 is a common multiple here, you can say this is 1 plus squared 2, and 2 is a common factor here, so it will be 2 times 2 minus squared 3 divided by 2. And this is not equal to Q for sure. This is not equal to Q because Q has this 4 plus. Okay, this is not true. So this is not true. So the first one is not true. And now we check the others. So to check the other two, the collinearity and the right triangle, we have to check the distances between the points. Now let's check the distances between the points. Now the distance between P and Q is here 2 plus, okay, let's write it here this way. 2 plus square 2 minus this one here. I can directly write this in minus 4 minus square 2 squared plus the y values by components. 3 minus square root 3. Okay, minus 3 is minus square root 3 minus 5 plus square root, okay, plus square root 3 squared. And when you do this one, you will see the cancellation here, and this will be minus 2 squared plus, you will see this 8 squared. So this will give you square root 64 plus 4, 68. Now the QR square root of QR is, okay, this one minus this plus this one minus this one. So be careful here, minus 1 plus square root 3. Okay guys, here I'm skipping some steps here, so indeed, I mean, I generally write this way, then, you know, I distribute and I'm skipping the steps. So if I do the steps, it will take a very long time to finish this 73 problems. So here, 4 squared, it will be 16. And square root 3 is square root 3, 5 minus 1, it's 4 squared. So when we do this calculation, it will be square root 32. Now we got this one. The distance between PQ is equal to square root 68. And here the distance between Q and R is equal to square root 32. And okay, now I want to change this one, because here I took 3 minus 5 squared. Here 3 minus 5 squared is 2 squared. So we got this one here minus 2 squared. This is not. This is just 8. Okay, I'm sorry, this is 8. Just 8. It has to be square root of 8. Now the next thing here is okay, the next thing is to calculate QRPR. Okay, PR is 2 plus square root 2 minus 2 squared plus 3 squared minus 3. 1 minus square root 3 squared. So then 2 squared, and this is square root 3. Okay, then you make minus here, minus 1, so it makes plus square root 3. So then this will be 3 minus 2, 2 squared, which is equal to square root 8. Now we have this square root 8. Now we have PQ squared 8 and QR, the distance between QR is square root 32, and this the distance between P and R is square root 8. To check the right triangle, you take the square of the biggest one. So you check if this is equal to the sum of the squares of the others. So obviously not. This is not true. So this is not true. So for the collinearity, we check if the biggest distance is equal to the sum of the others. Is it? Okay, now let's check. We can do some simplification here. So this is like square root 16 times square root 2, which is 4 square root 2. This is 2 square root 2, and this is 2 square root 2. I mean, I can show you this one here. Right, square root 2. You can break this into square root 4 square root 2. So this makes 2 square root 2. Anyway, as you see, when you add them, you got 2 square root 2 plus 2 square root 2. It makes the equality true. So it means they're collinear. So for the collinearity, we check this one. C is equal to, the biggest one is equal to A plus B, and for this one we use C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Which of the following are the y-intercepts of this equation? Now, if you want to find the y-intercept, you set x equal to 0 and solve the equation for y. So you have to set x equal to 0. So let's make it 0, 0 plus 1, the absolute value of y, plus 0 squared plus 5, absolute value y plus 4. And then this will become absolute value of y is equal to 5, absolute value y plus 4. And we collect the similar terms one side here, y, the absolute value y. You send it to the other side. You take this one to the other side. And we get here 5 absolute value y minus the absolute value y. So this makes 4 absolute value y. When you divide both sides with 4, we'll end up with absolute value of y is equal to minus 1. And what's the solution for this? There's no solution for this because the absolute value is always positive. So no solution for y. So there is no solution for y. So it means there is no intercept. There is no y-intercept of this equation. Now the reflection of the point through the x-axis is okay. Now this problem. So it's the best way to do is like to locate the point, to plot the point 4 minus 3, find its place. So 4 minus 3 is here. And it says its reflection through the x-axis, its reflection through the x-axis is here. So it means you go the same distance here. So it's 3. So what you get here is 4, 3. There are also some formulas we gave in the slides, and you can use them, like making this, for example, a minus b, and you don't have to memorize them. You can get it from here. Let a is not 0. Let a not be 0. And if the reflection of AB through the y-axis is a squared minus 2, what is the reflection of AB through the origin? Now, the first thing you have to know is the reflection of a point through the y-axis. What's the formula for it? if you don't remember, okay, you can assume the point is, okay, it might be any point on the quadrants, take this one for example, and if you take this one AB, and what is its reflection through the y-axis, it's this, right? So then it has to be, okay, it will be minus a b, so you can say, so by using this, okay, it doesn't matter, this it might be in the fourth quadrant or here or here or here, but this works. This works for everything. This works for all quadrants. So what I mean here is, from here you can say reflection of AB through the y-axis is minus a b. Okay, so then if you remember this fact, it's okay, but if you don't remember, you can make it with this Cartesian coordinate. We can plot the point, and you can get rule. This rule works for all quadrants. I mean, a b can be in any quadrant, but the formula works here. So what does it say? It's the reflection is a squared comma negative 2. So then this here we know it's minus a b, and it says it's equal to a squared minus 2. So what does it mean? It means minus a is equal to a squared, and b is equal to minus 2. So b is equal to minus 2, then we have no problem. And what is this? Okay, how can you solve it? You will solve it as a squared plus a equal to 0. You send this one to the other side, and then it will be a times a plus 1 equal to 0. There you get a equal to 0 and a equal to minus 1. But here it says a is not 0, so we cannot take this one. So a turns out to be negative 1. So from this calculation, what we get here is AB, yeah, our AB is indeed minus 1, minus 2. So now it's asking the reflection of AB through the origin. So the reflection of minus 1, minus 2 is, okay, what's the formula for it? So you can also do it like this, AB, its reflection through the origin should be minus A minus B. So you see it's minus A minus B. So this formula works for any quadrant, so it can be here or here or here, but you will get the same thing on the reflection. So this is, it will be minus minus 1, comma minus minus 2. So this will give you 1, 2. Or you can put this here on the graph, like on the Cartesian system, you will get this one, and then its reflection will be here. It's 1, 2. It's positive. You can also see it in the Cartesian system. Now the reflection of Q4 negative 3 through the origin is AB, so it means 4. Okay, minus 3 is its reflection through the origin is, it has to be negative 4, and it has to be plus 3. It's AB, so AB is here, so you can say A is minus 4 and B is 3. And the reflection of 5, 3 is through the y-axis is CD. Okay, 5, 3, where is it? Five, 3 is here, and its reflection through the y-axis, so it will be, okay, y-axis here. So you take its reflection, so it comes up to 5 here again, but this will be minus 5. So then you say it's negative 5, 3. So we can get here is CD is negative 5, 3. Now A plus B plus C plus D will be then equal to minus 4 plus 3 plus minus 5 plus 3, and it will give you negative 3. So that this minus 1 plus 1 minus 4 minus 3. So which of the following equations has a graph that is symmetric with respect to the origin? So in this question, you check the symmetry with respect to origin. So how do you check the symmetry? Checking symmetry for origin or with respect to origin. So if you remember it, it will be x, change x to minus x and change y to minus y. And the idea is, okay, change them. And if the new equation is same or equivalent of the original equation, so the test succeeds. So it means we say it's symmetric. So let's do this one one by one. Okay, in which of the following equations the test will work? It will succeed. Now let's see. Okay, let's take this one. Change x with minus x and y with minus y. So it will be minus x minus y minus x minus y squared equal to 1. And now this will make xy, because minus will be plus, and then minus, so this is same as the absolute value of x, and here this will be y squared, because minus squared is plus, so there's no problem. It's equal to 1. So this equation is the new equation after changing the x and y, but this is same, these are same, exactly same. So the test succeeds. So this equation is symmetric with respect to origin. You can try the others, you will see they're not. So let A be real numbers, and the reflection of negative A, negative B through the x-axis is, okay, what's the rule for taking the, okay, what's the rule for the reflection of through the x-axis? If you don't remember, okay, the reflection of AB through x-axis is, so you have to remember the rule. So it was, what was it? So let's AB, let's take it in the first quadrant, and let's see if we take the reflection through the x-axis, it will be minus b here, and A is same, so you see A minus B. So this is the rule here. This is the rule. Now we apply the rule here. The reflection, so if you take the reflection, okay, minus A minus B, you're taking the reflection. What's the rule? A becomes A, same, but B becomes minus B. So here, instead of B, we see minus B, so it will be minus B. So we will end up with minus A, B. Now the y-intercept for the graph of the equation x squared plus y squared are located at the points. Okay, now first let's find the y-intercepts. So for the y-intercept, we set x equal to 0 and solve the equation for y. Now it makes x squared, no, 0 squared plus y squared equal to 2. And we end up with y is equal to, okay, y is plus minus 2. So we have these two numbers here. What this means is the function, I mean the graph of this equation is passing through y equal to plus 2 and y is equal to minus square root 2. It's here. So these points, so it's asking what are the coordinates of these points. So as you see, this point is 0 square 2, and this point is 0 minus square 2. And you can also say it from here like x in both points. Already x is 0 because we set it x equal to 0. So it will be 0 square root 3 and 0 minus square root 3. Square root 2, sorry. Now, which of the following is not on the graph of the equation? So we basically check them in the equation. So if they satisfy the equation or not. So let's check it. -1. So you set x equal to -1 and y equal to 2. Then we put it here in the equation. Now y is 2 minus -1 squared minus 2 is it equal to 1? Does it satisfy the equation? 2 minus 1, this is 1. So this is -1, so 2 minus, okay, this is absolute value -1, so it makes 1. So as you see, this is equal to 1, so there's no problem. This is on the graph. Now put 0, x equal to 0, y is equal to 3, and 3 minus 0 squared minus 2 equal to 1. And 3 minus, this makes absolute value of -2. Okay, we are checking if it is equal to 2. I mean, it's equal to 1. Yes, it's equal to 1. So this is also on the graph. Now, let's check this one. Y is 2. So 2 minus 1 squared. Now, if it is positive, you can directly take the square, but if it is negative, it's better you put this one. But if you want to be always on the safe side, yeah, put the parentheses. Is it equal to 1? So 2 minus 1 squared is 1, 1 minus 2 is -1, so it will be 2 minus 1 equal to 1. 2 minus 1, this is 1, so it's, yes, this is okay. So it turns out the last one is the answer. Now let's see why it's the answer. So it means it's not on the graph. So we put it here. Y is 1, and then 2 squared minus 2 is it equal to 1? Is it? Okay, now we are checking this. 1 minus absolute value of 2 is equal to 1. Is it? Now 1 minus 2 is -1, and it's not equal to 1. So this is not on the graph. Not on the graph. Now find m such that mx plus y equal to -1 and 3x plus 3y equal to 0 are perpendicular. So if two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slopes is equal to -1. So now what is the slope of this one? So here, these are line equations, so they're corresponding to lines. Okay, these are the two lines. So how can you get the slope of this equation from this equation? Now the best way is to isolate y. So it means you send this one to the other side, you get -mx minus 1. So this is the slope of this equation. So slope of this line. And now for the second one, we do the same thing. Y, isolate y. If you isolate y here, you will see x goes to the other side, divide by 3, then you get minus x over 3. And what is the coefficient of x? It's -1 over 3, and it's the slope. Now, then we have this product of the slopes is equal to -1. So in this case, I will multiply minus m times minus 1 over 3 will be equal to -1. So then you solve for it for m. Solve it for m. This gives you m minus minus, it will be plus, so m over 3 minus minus plus, so m times 1, m 3 times, so you can write it as this. So you multiply the fractions, so you get this one. So multiply both sides with 3, you got -3. So this is the answer. Which of the above are true about the graph of the equation x squared plus y plus 1 equal to 0? So the first one is the graph does not intersect the x-axis. So what does this mean? It means there is no x-intercept. So how can you check if there is no x-intercept? So basically you have to set y equal to 0. Set y equal to 0 and find x. So how do you make it here? This x squared plus 0 plus 1 equal to 0, and it's x squared is equal to -1. What is the solutions for this? It's plus minus I. So these are not real. So not real means no real intercept. So no x-intercept. So there's no x-intercept. This is true then. Now the graph passes through 2, -5. So it means, okay, passes through means this 2 -5 is on the graph. So is it? So the question is it? Now we check it here. 2 squared, this is x, this is y, and we put them here. 2 squared plus -5 plus 1 is equal to, is it equal to 0? Now it's 4 -5 plus 1. So this will be -1 plus 1. Yes, it's equal to 0. Yes. So this is true also. True. True. Now the graph does not intersect the y-axis. So how do you check it? So it's asking, basically you will find the y-intercept. So here it means, this one means no y-intercept. Is it true? Now let's check. Set x equal to 0. Then it will be 0 plus 1 to 0. So you find y equal to -1. Indeed, there is a y-intercept. So which is -1. So this is not true. This is false. So 1 and 2 is true then. Now the graph of the equation is symmetric with respect to, okay, we are checking it to the origin. It's symmetric with respect to origin and the x-axis and y-axis. For this one you change x with -x and y with -y, and check this one y with -y, and here x is x with -x. So let's check. So here it's the same. This is -y. This is plus and minus. It will be minus here. So we got this one. This equation obviously not same because +3 is here, and I mean one way is you can make this alone. Send x to the other side, you get this one. Now you can send this one to the other side, you get -x, and you can compare this one. 3 is equal to the same. Is 3 equal to the same thing on both sides? No. So if you do this one here, if you send x to the other side, you got xy squared plus y plus x equal to 3. 3, 3, they're same, but you know, you can compare this part, and then they're not same for sure. Not same, or not equivalent with this original equation. Now do the same thing for y. So when you put minus y, it automatically becomes minus y, 6 plus 3. And as you see here, this is the same, this is y squared, but this one is minus y. So as you see here, x plus 3, they're same, but this part doesn't look same, so not same. Not same as the original graph. And now let's do this one. Change x with minus x. So it will be minus x, y squared plus y equal to minus x plus 3. Now, if you want to see, you want to check them, they don't look same because we have negative x squared when x y squared plus y, and you send this one to the other side, you can get 3 here. To compare them, okay, to compare both equations, sometimes we need to make one side same. So here these are same. We isolated 3 on both the original one and the new equation, but this side here, this side turns out to be same. No, not same, sorry. They're not same. You see, when you compare them, they're not same. These are same, but these are not same. So we say they're not same, they don't match. So the symmetry of all tests, the tests of symmetry, fail, and we say it's symmetric with respect to none of them. Now, which of the following is false about the following graph? So the first thing is the graph passes through -1, -3, and look at here. Is this point on the line, -1, 3? Yes, it's on the graph, yes. The graph is not symmetric with respect to x-axis, so you take a point, okay, take a point on the graph, you take its reflection through the x-axis. So this is 5 units here. You go 5 units. So we have this reflection here. This is not on the graph. On the graph. So it's not symmetric with respect to the x-axis. This is true. You know, if it's symmetric, then you would get the points here, the reflection of the points through the x-axis on the graph again. Now, the graph has a y-intercept at y equal to -2, and this is y equal to -2. Where is y equal to -2? It's y equal to -2 intercept. No, it doesn't cut the graph. It doesn't intersect the graph at y equal to -2 for sure. Sorry, this is not -2. This is here is -2. From the graph, it's clear that the y-intercept is -4. So this is not true. Now let's check this one. The graph is symmetric with respect to y-axis. Is it so? Yes, it is. So how can you check? You can look here. You will get a symmetric, shape, or you can go with the points, like take this point and look at its symmetric with respect to y. Reflection through the y-axis, it's this. Take this one, its reflection through the y-axis. They're also on the graph. So the reflections of the points are on the graph. So then it's symmetric with respect to y-axis. So the answer is, it's asking the false. So we have this. Now, if the line passes through 5, 2, 0, 3, which of the following is the slope? Now, the slope formula, if you have this x1, the points, if the line passes, if you know 2 points on the line, then you can find the slope by using this formula here. You remember y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, or y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. But be careful here. You are taking the x and here the order is imported. So if you take, okay, you can use Like it means if you started taking values from here, then you have to the next one should be here. So here, okay, I will take 3 minus 2 divided by 0 minus 5. So it will be 1 minus 1 over minus 5, which is, you can bring it to here or you can bring it to here, the minus value. So it is same as this. So this is what given. If the equation of the line L that passes through the points negative 0, 2, 3, 3. So we have a line here. This line is passing through 2 points. Is x plus by equal to c? That which of the following is b plus c? So the first thing we have to do is find the equation of L. Find the equation of L. Then write it as x plus by equal to c, then find b plus c. Now this is the plan because it's asking b plus c, so we have to find the equation and write it as x plus by equal to c. Now let's find the equation of the line. How can you find the equation of the line? So that for the line equation we need to find the slope first. Okay, so slope is, okay, how can you find the slope? You can use these 2 points. Okay, I will say 3 minus 2 and 3 minus 0. So we end up with 1 over 3. So the slope of this point is 1 over 3. And now you can take a point on the graph. So a point is, you can take 0, 2, or you can take 3, 3, but no need. One is enough, so I will use the point slope form. So y minus y0, which is 2, equal to 1 over 3 times x minus 0 here. So it will be 1 over 3x plus 2. But it says you have to write this equation, you have to change it to x plus by equal to c. So we have to have this 1 here. So we need to do some more algebra. So how can you get this one? I mean, how can you get this one 1? So it's better you multiply. We can multiply both sides with 3. You know, multiplying an equation with a positive number both sides, it doesn't change the equation, like it doesn't change the solution set. So you get an equivalent set, equivalent equation. So you got now 3y is equal to, if you multiply, okay, if you multiply with this and this, you got x here, 3 times 1 over 3, 1. So you get 1, and then this is 3 times 2, 6. So now we still get, we need to get x here. Okay, x here, and then there will be y next to it, and then c will be to the other side. So okay, I will replace them. I will change their places, and then b, I need y here. Send 3y here, send 6 to the other side. I will get this one. Now it is this form. So what is b? So we have x minus 3y equal to minus 6. And now this will be, b will be negative 3 and c will be negative 6. Then the sum is equal to minus 9. Which of the following is true about the lines L1 2x plus 2y equal to 4 and L2 2x equal to minus 4? Now it's asking whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or L1 is parallel to y equal to x and parallel or not parallel. Okay, are they parallel? So how do you check it? So to check the parallel, okay, if you want to check the parallel and perpendicularity, you have to check the slopes. So how do you decide parallel, perpendicular? We need to check the slopes. So, but what is the slope and what is the slope? Okay, slope of L1, how can we check it? Slope of L1, so the L1 is given 2x plus 2y equal to 4. And you have to change it to y equal to. Okay, you have to isolate, and this you will take it to the form, change it to the form mx plus b, and then m will be the slope. So then you have to change this one to, okay, you have to isolate y. So it means, okay, let's leave it here. Let's send this one to the other side. You got 4 minus 2x. And divide by 2, and we get y equal to, if you see, this is 2 times, the common factor is 2 minus x. 2, so you will get 2 minus x. So you can write this one as negative x plus 2, of course. So the slope here, as you see, the coefficient of slope is minus, the coefficient of x is minus 1. So slope of minus 1 is, slope of L1 is minus 1. Now in the same way, you can do the other one. So here 2x is equal to y minus 4. So you send 4 to the other side, you get 2x plus 4 is equal to y. And then here the slope is 2. So the coefficient of x, so y is alone, so the coefficient of x is the slope, 2. So we have this one, 2. Now, what we know about the parallel lines, if they're parallel, the slopes are same. So obviously they're not same. So slopes are not same, so L1 is not parallel to L2. So they're not parallel. So are they perpendicular? So for the perpendicularity, you check if the product of the slopes is equal to minus 1. So it means minus 1 times 2, is it equal to minus 1? No, it's not. So L1 is not perpendicular to L2. So then we have this one. So it's automatically, without checking the other one, we have a true statement here. The statement is C. They're not parallel or neither parallel or perpendicular. Now, if you want to check this one, L1 to L1, the slope of L1 is equal to minus 1, and the slope of this line is 1. So they're not same. So they're not parallel. Now the line L has y-intercept equal to 5, and it's parallel to the line 2x equal to y minus 4. If its equation is mx plus b, then what is m plus b? Now L has an intercept 5, and it's parallel to this line. Now we need to get the equation of, this is the equation of L, so we need to get this one. Okay, for the equation, we need always first slope needed, and a point. If we have a point, we can use the slope point form. But if you don't have a point on the graph, I mean, it's not given, we can use slope y-intercept if the y-intercept is given. So here, the y-intercept is already given, so I will use this one. But in any case, I need to do the slope here. I need to find the slope. So how can you find the slope? It's given. The slope is not given for L, but it says it's parallel to L, is parallel to the line 2x equal to y minus 4. So then slope of L should be equal to the slope of this slope here. So what's the slope of this line? So it's easy to see because you can isolate y. You can directly say the slope is 2 here. So what we get here is slope of L is 2. So we are done with the slope. do we know the y-intercept of L? So y-intercept of L is the y-intercept of L is 5. So it's 5. Now we can write the equation. Y is 2x plus 5. And m is 2 and b is 5. So m plus b is 7. Now the line L has x-intercept L, and it's parallel to this graph, this line, and it's if the equation is equal to this, and what's m plus b? Almost same question, but it says the x-intercept. So from the previous question, okay, we need to find the slope first. Okay, so we need to write the equation of L. So it's asking this, what's the equation? Then if we find it this way, then we will find m plus b. And slope is coming from this fact. They are parallel, so the slopes are same. What does this mean? Slope of L is equal to the slope we get here. So how do you get the slope of 2x equal to y minus 4? So you isolate y, and then you will get y equal to 2x plus 4. So the slope here is 2. So then you can say directly slope is 2. So slope of L is 2. And okay, we need a point or we need y-intercept. So if we have y-intercept, y will use mx plus b, then it will be over. So it was what we did this in previous problem, and this is not given here. So but the x-intercept is given. So what does x-intercept given mean? It doesn't make a point. Yes, indeed. X-intercept means this, like x, the line is passing through, the line is intersecting the x-axis at x equal to 4. So it means it's passing through the point 4, 0. So you can deduce this one here. This means the line is passing through the point 4, 0, right? Because of this. Now the point is given to us. The point is now 4, 0. Now can we make? Okay, can we make the equation? Yes, we have a point. We have a slope. So we use a slope point for y minus 0 is equal to 2 times the slope times x minus x0. Okay, guys, I don't want to write the reminders here because it's already 3 hours now, and I don't want to spend 10 hours for it, for this questions here. 2x minus 8. So 2 minus 8, these are m and b. M, b, when you add them, you get negative 6. Now, what is the equation of the line that is perpendicular to line x equal to y minus 4, passing through 1, 1? So we have a line here. Our line is perpendicular to the line x equal to y minus 4. And there's a point on the line. The point is 1, 1. So 1, 1 is passing through, means this point is on the line. So for the equation, we need to get the slope. So how can we get the slope? The point, we know the point, it's okay. So we need the slope. Then we can get the slope point form. So how can we get the slope? The slope is given in this information implicitly. So what does this mean? The perpendicular means the line, the slope of the line, times slope of x equal to y minus 4 is equal to 1. So then the slope of the line should be times what is the slope here. So you can get the slope by isolating y, so it will be x plus 1, so the slope here is 1. So you say slope of the line times 1 is equal to minus 1. So the slope should be then, slope of the line should be equal to minus 1 because of here. Then we know the slope, we know the point, then the rest is easy to do. Rest is easy. So we use the point slope formula, slope point formula, y minus 1 is equal to the slope minus 1 times x minus 1. So then this will be y minus 1 is equal to minus x and then plus 1. Now this equation is given in different forms in the choice. Now we will try to see which equation is equivalent to this one. Yeah, we can send, this x, as you see, x and y's are on the same, side. So it's better we collect all of them in one side. So send minus 1 to here. So you will get like x plus or y plus x. And 1 goes there as plus 1. So we can switch them. So we get this one, which is x plus y is equal to 2. The line with equations x equal to 3 and y equal to -8 are parallel, both parallel and perpendicular, parallel or perpendicular, which one? Now these are for this type equations. These are not standard, non-standard lines. They don't have like ax plus by type, so I'm saying them standard, non-standard lines. So we don't try to calculate the slopes, but the best thing is like to draw them. These are parallel and perpendicular lines. Like when you see this type of equations, they are parallel lines or these are vertical lines or horizontal lines. So this is y equal to -8 means whatever you take at a point, it will be y value will be always -8. Where's y value? -8. So all the points will have -8 on this line. So this is y equal to -8. So this is a horizontal line. This is vertical line. So this is vertical line is x equal to 3 means all the points has the x component 3. So we write x equal to 3. So as you see, these two lines are perpendicular. So two lines cannot be both parallel and perpendicular for sure. They're not parallel, and this is not true either. So they're perpendicular. Which of the following equation represents the graph in the figure below? And here we will try to read the graph, and we will. Okay, what do we need from this graph? We need to find, for the equation of the line, we need the slope. And we know, we need a point or y-intercept. So do we know the y-intercept? Here it looks easy, y-intercept is 3. So I will not use the point here because I can find the y-intercept. It's easier than the other one. 3. The y-intercept is 3. And so it means when x is 0, it's y equal to 3. So you can also check the choices, but anyway, slope. So what's the slope? So the slope here is you take 2 points. I will take these 2 points. It's like I can take this 1 and 5. And this point is 0, 3. And I can make the slope from here. Slope is 5 minus 3 divided by 1 minus 0, so it makes 2. So then I can write the slope as 2. Then if I write the slope y-intercept, so it will be 2x plus 3. So mx plus b, you know. So the slope of m of the line given in the graph below is, okay, let's see the line. The line L is here, so it's asking us to find the slope of this line. This is a vertical line, and you can say the vertical line has no slope, or we say the slope is undefined. But one thing, if you want to go with the slope formula, you can take these 2 points, like for example, take these 2 points, like what is this? This is minus 4, 2. Then here it's minus 4, minus 2. You can check the slope here by using these 2 points. It's 2 minus minus 2 divided by minus 4 minus minus 4, which makes 4 divided by 0, which is undefined. Also, if you use the slope formula from the points, it will give you undefined. But also you can say it's a vertical line. The vertical line has no slope, because this is the reason. Now, which of the following are the equations of two parallel lines? So basically, what we know about the parallel lines, their slopes are same. Their slopes are same, so we need to get the slopes. So how can you get the slope here? What's the slope? So you change it to y equal to x plus 2, and 1. So the slope here is 1. What's the slope here? The slope, it's already y equal to form, so it's minus x, so it will be minus 1 slope. So are they same? No. So not parallel. So let's check this one here. Y minus 2x equal to 1, and change it to y equal to 2x plus 1. So the slope here is 2. Now here, it's already y equal to mx plus b form, so slope is 2. Now as you see, slopes are same, so they're parallel. So the answer would be, you can check this one. This is, obviously they are perpendicular lines. You can draw, or you can check their slopes. The slope of this one is 0. The slope is undefined here. And the slope is 3, and the slope is 2 here. They're not same for sure. Let a be a real number. The slope of m, the line passing through the slope m, so we call it m, the slope of the line passing through the points 1a and minus 1 minus a is what? Okay. Now, if we are given 2 points, how do we get the slope? The slope is, we take 2 points, let's say this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, and then let's use the y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. I told you, I mean, when you start with the first one, you go with the first one. If you start with 2, you do 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so I'll go here. The first one is 1, no, a, minus a, 1, minus 1. So it will be 2a divided by this minus is plus, so 2a divided by 2, it's a. So the slope should be a. Now the equation of the line, that is parallel to the line x equal to 0. So we have a line that is parallel to x equal to 0. So what is this x equal to 0 line? X equal to 0 line is, which line is it? So you find x equal to 0, it's a vertical line. So this is the y-axis, and it's also equal, we say also it's x equal to 0 line. They're same. So this is a vertical line. And the line that is parallel to line x equal to 0, so there's a parallel line. It might be here or here. So we will check now. Where is it? passes through minus 1, 2. Where is minus 1, 2? Minus 1 and minus 1, 2 is here, right? So there is a line parallel to that line, so it means we have this line. So it's passing through minus 1, 2. So what is the equation of this line? So it will be obviously x equal to something, and this something will be minus 1. Now the equation of the line that passes through the point 0, -3, and 2, 1 is, okay, now it's asking the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So we know the points are 0, -3, and 2, 1. These are on the line. Okay, these are on the line. And we need the slope, of course. So how can you get the slope? You can get 1 -3. So if you have a minus here, it's better you start from here. It's 1 minus -3, you will get a positive number. 2 minus 0 will be 4/2, which is 2. Then you can use a point here. Okay, I will take this point here. If there's 0 in one of the components, it's okay. Like you can take it because 0 will make our work easier. So y minus 3 equal to 2 times x minus 0. So this will be y plus 3 is equal to 2x, and this will be y equal to 2x minus 3. So this is the answer. So I'm using here point slope form. You can use also mx plus b, but here, since the points are given here, you can choose one point and do it. Now, if the following, in the following figure, L1 denotes the line passes through A and B. Okay, we see that this is L1 passing through A and B. Which one of the following is the equation of the line? So it's asking about the equation of a line. So which line is it? It's parallel to L1. So it might be something like this, okay. But it says it's passing through the point C. C is passing through like that. Okay, so it will be parallel to that line here. Okay. Now they're parallel, they will be parallel. And we want to get this equation here, the equation. How can you get the equation? First, they are parallel, so their slopes are same. So what is the slope of L1? So you can use this 2 points to get the slope. A is 0. No, it's 1, 0. And B is 4, 3. Yes, 4, 3. And then now you can get the slope by doing this 3 minus 0 divided by 1 minus. So 3 minus 0, 4 minus 1. So it will be 3/3, which is 1. So then we have slope equal to 1. So then the slope of this line is also equal to 1 because they are parallel, right? So we get the slope 1, and we need a point on the line. Okay, C is given. C is, what is it? This is -2, 3, and -2, 3. And now we have a point and slope. We can use a slope point form, which is y minus y0 is equal to 1 times x minus -2. So y minus 3 is equal to x plus 2. And then it's y equal to x plus 5, which is given here. Use the following figure to answer the question. Which one of the following is the slope of the line passing through A and C? Okay, we are talking about the slope here. Now we know the coordinates of this point is -4 and 2. So here it's 2, 0. So what's the slope? Slope is 2 minus 0, minus 4 minus 2, which is 2 over minus 6. And when you do the calculate, you will get minus 3. So you can take this minus 3 minus to the front. So we get minus 1 over 3. If the slope of LK is MK, so L1 has the slope M1 and L2 M2. M4 is M4 here, L1, L4. This is L3 is M3. Now let's try to find the slopes here. Do we have to calculate? Yes, you can calculate. I mean, it depends on your knowledge. Now M3, so you can take 2 points and you can calculate. But since it's a horizontal line, the horizontal line has the slope equal to 0. Now, let's look at the slope here, M1. You can look at the slope here. You take 2 points. Okay, you can take these 2 points. They are the corners, so I choose them here. This is 2, 0, and this is 3, no, 4, 3. And the slope here will be 3 minus 0, 4 minus 2. It's 3 over 2. Another way is you can look at here. This is 3, this is 2, and this is this side. It's going this way. So you can say this is 3 over 2, and it's plus. So this is another way of solving it. But anyway, we generally we stick with the formula. And M2, you take 2 points here, and you got the slope here, M2, as this is 1, 0, and this is 2, 3. That will be 3 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 1. So it will be 3. M2 is 3, M1, M2, and M4. So you can take these 2 points, but as a general rule, okay, M4, you can calculate this one. This is -3, 2, and this is -2, 0. And then you can make 2 minus 0 divided by -3 minus 2. So you will end up with -2 here. So then you can also say this is negative directly because it's going this way. So if it is decreasing here went from left to right, it's minus. If it is increasing, it's plus. If you remember them from the slides, you can use them also. So then the least one is M4, -2, and then M3 comes as the second least. So M1 is 3 over 2, and then M2 is the biggest one. So then, yeah, you can also order them this way. So this is the answer. Okay, here is a center. Here is a question about the general equation for the circle, which is true about the graph of this equation. So it says the graph doesn't exist. It's a circle centered at 3, -1, and radius 1. That's a circle centered at -3, 1 with radius 1. And the equation represents a single point, -3, 1. So which one? So we use this formula here. Equal to 0. And then this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now to get this one, we check H. H is -A over 2, and K is -B over 2, and M here is A squared plus B squared minus C. Now so the important one is this one here, M, because if M is less than 0, no graph. If M is equal to 0, it represents the point hk. And if m is bigger than 0, so it's a circle with center hk and the radius equal to square root of m. We have these three cases, so we better start with m. So m is a squared plus b squared minus c. What is, sorry, this is, no, this is a, or so this is h squared, sorry, this is h squared, so this is h squared k squared. So this, you take h, what is h? Minus 6 over 2, which is minus 3, and what is k? K is 1. A negative 3, 1, so you got negative 3 squared plus 1 squared minus c, c is 10 here. So you got 10 minus 10, m is equal to 0. So if m is equal to 0, it represents just a single point, and this single point will be hk. So h, you know, it's minus 3 and k is 1, so it represents the point negative 3, 1. Which of the following is the equation of the given circle? Now, this is given in general form, but you have to write it in standard form, then change it to the general form. You have to change it, yes. Now, what is the center? I mean, the center is clearly, it's 1 minus 1. Now, the radius is 2. Now, what is the equation for it? This is x minus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to 2 squared. So this will be x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus y plus 1 squared. This is y squared plus 1, 2x plus 1 equal to 4. And yeah, this is plus 1, by the way, y plus 1 squared. So you have to know how to expand these. Be careful. So then we have, okay, we have this one. So we write, I mean, the answers are all given in terms of x and y, and the constant term is other side. So we will send the other terms to the other side. Sorry, this is 2y. And 1 goes to the other side. It just becomes 4 minus 1 minus 1. So it will be 2. We have this one equal to 2. And we, if we check them, it's a minus, plus, no, no, yes, yes, but this is 4, this is 2, this is 2 is the correct one. So we chose C. Which of the following is the graph of the equation? From this equation, you can get here h equal to 1 and k equal to 1. You know, it was all the time x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. And from here, you can say r squared is equal to 9. And this will tell you the radius is equal to 3. And the center now is 1, 1. Okay, 1, 1, not equal to 3. 1, 1. Where is 1, 1? 1, 1 is here. 1, 1 is here. 1, 1 is here. And 1, 1 is here. Obviously not the center. Obviously not the center. It looks center. It looks center. Okay. Now the radius is 3. So what's the radius? And look at here. It's 3 units. We can check here also. It's 3 units. Here it's 2 units. This is 2 units. It's not it. So that's the correct answer. Which of the following is the standard form equation of the circle with center 0, 2 and passing through 1, 1? Now, this is the case. We have the center is 0, 2, and there's a point on the circle. Passing through means it's on the circle. So it's 1, 1. So the circle is passing through this point. Now, this is the center. So it's asking the standard equation. So, you know, the standard equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So obvious this h and k is 0 and 2. This is because this is center. We need the radius, so the radius is clearly the distance between these 2 points. So the radius is the distance between these 2 points. So you can you can use the distance formula between 2 points. So it will be 1 minus 0 squared plus 1 minus 2 squared. So this will be equal to 1 plus minus 1 squared is equal to, again, 2. So square 2. This will be square 2. Then if you put them together, it will be x minus 0 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to square 2 squared. And then it will be x squared plus y minus 2 squared equal to 2, which is this one. Find the equation of the circle centered at negative 1, 2, minus 2 and passing through 1, 0. It's almost same question. So we have a circle centered at minus 1, minus 2. This is the center here. And the point, it's passing through 1, 0. So it means 1, 0 is on the circle. Okay, you don't have to be precise about, the location of the points. So we are not doing a Cartesian coordinate system, so we don't have to be precise. And then this will give you here the center h is minus 1 and k is minus 2. And this is center is, okay, minus 1, minus 2, we know it. And to write the equation, we need this x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So we need x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared, and we need r squared. What is r? So then you can use the distance formula, distance between 2 points. It will be minus 1 squared and plus minus 2 minus 0 squared. So this will be square root minus 2 squared, and this turns out to be r equal to 4 square root 8. So r squared is 8. We can directly write here 8. Now look at the choices. We don't see such a standard equation, so we will try to open it, expand it. Like this is minus minus, it makes plus. This makes y plus 2 squared equal to 8. Now, the next thing we have to do is to expand the standard equation to general form. So expand it. So this is x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4, which is equal to 8. Then this is x squared. If you arrange them, like if you reorder them, x squared plus y squared, and then 2x, I can take it to here, and 4y, it's there, and then plus 1 plus, okay, I can send them to the other side, but here it wants everything 0 here, so I will take this one to this side, so it will be plus 5 minus 8 equal to 0. So when you send it to the other side, you get minus 8 plus 4, and 1 makes minus plus 5. So we get this one, and which one is it? It's this one. Which of the following is the description of the graph of the equation? So look at this general formula, general equation, and try to figure out what does it represent. Does it represent a point, or it doesn't exist, or is it a circle with radius? Now, an easy way of doing it is doing this. So if you don't have 0, you have to make it 0. Okay, that's one important thing. And this h, so this is a minus 6, and b is the coefficient of y, which is minus 4, and c is 1. Then you change it to h. H is negative a over 2, which is minus 6 over 2, which is 3. And b is minus 4 over 2, which is 2. And c is 1. So we have h, sorry, this is k. Okay, and this is c. Now you need to find m here. So all it depends on m. So m is h squared plus k squared minus c. So h squared is 3 squared plus 2 squared minus 1. So this will make 12. Yes. So m is equal to 12. So it means m is bigger than 0. So the graph represents a circle. Presents a circle with radius square root 12 and centered at hk. H is 3 and k is 2. So which one is it? It is this one. How do we get 2 square root 3? Okay, I want to show it to you. The square root 12 here is square root 4 times square root 3. You can write it this way, so it will be 2 square root 3. This is the correct answer. Now let's come to the last question. No, not is it? Okay, let's check. Find the equation of the circle, a circle that has a diameter. Okay, circle is this, diameter. Okay, it's a circle is the center, let's say here C center, and this is a diameter, and this is another diameter. So diameter means qutr. In Arabic it should be qutr. Now it has a diameter. Okay, let's take one diameter only. Okay, let's take this one. It has diameter at 5, 2 and 1 minus 6. So with endpoints, it says endpoints means this. This is the diameter. It's a line segment passing through the center. Its endpoints are these points. And what is the equation of this circle? Now we need the center. So center is what? Center is the midpoint. So midpoint of the diameter of 5, 2 and 1 minus 6. So then you write 5 plus 1 over 2 and 2 plus minus 6 over 2. Then this will be 3 and this will be negative 2, right? You can calculate this one. This is minus 6 plus 2. It's minus 4 divided by 2. It's minus 2. Okay, this is the center. Now, what about the radius? So the radius here, the radius, okay, let's write here, this is 3 minus 2. The radius will be the center, the distance from center to one of the points here. Or you can find the distance here, divide by 2, you will get the r here. I mean, you will get 2r in this diameter, and you can divide it by 2. But anyway, I will use these 2 points. Now, the r is the distance between 5 to 5 minus 3 squared. Okay, and then 2 minus 2 squared. So this will give you r is equal to 4 plus 4 squared, which is 16. This is 4. So r is equal to 20, square 20. Now let's write the formula. The formula is this is x minus h, h is 3 squared plus k is minus 2. So y minus 2 squared is equal to r squared. So r squared is 20. So this is r squared is 20. So then we have x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 20, and which gives us the choice A. Which of the following is the equation of the given circle Now we find the center first, and when you look at here, the center is clearly this point. And what's the coordinates of this point? The center is, it will be -1 and 1, so -1 and 1. Now you can look, you can check the radius. What's the radius here, or the radius? So it is clearly 3 units, so r is equal to 3. And now it's, we use this formula here, the standard formula for the circle, x minus -1 squared and y minus 1 squared, so this, I'm using m, is equal to 3 squared, which gives us x plus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared equal to 9. And look at here, the choices are not given this way, so we have to expand them. X squared plus 2x plus 1 and y squared minus 2y plus 1 equal to 9. And x squared, if you order them, you got x squared, y squared, then x, and then minus 2y, and then plus 2 is equal to 9. Then here we don't, okay, it doesn't give any constant here, so I will take this constant to the other side, so it will give us this, and which is part D, choice D. Okay, thanks for watching, but